Hello, this is Dennis Gack once again from the National Brotherhood of Fathers' Rights. What we're going to cover today is going pro se. Now, what does pro se mean? Pro se means representing oneself. In other parts of the country, they call it improper, pro se. It's all the same thing. You're basically representing yourself without an attorney. Now, can you do this? Is it legal? It's absolutely legal. If anybody tells you that it's not, run like hell, because it is legal. And in many cases what happens is that the judges and attorneys locally, particularly in small states and counties, they like to give the impression that this is a sacred ground for attorneys only and you've got to have an attorney. Judge will even say, sir, come back with an attorney next time or I'll fine you in contempt, things like that. They can't do that, and you'll find that if you push the limit and you insist on representing yourself, that you have a right to do so. So it is legal. What's the advantage? First of all, no one knows or cares about your case as much as you do. Don't let anybody kid you. There isn't anybody else. Not your parents, not your wife, not your sisters, brothers, uncles, anybody. No one cares more about your situation than you do. So who's most effective in representing themselves? And that's going to be you. Okay? So you can present your case because you've lived it minute by minute. Now, all you need is knowledge, information. That's where the Fathers' Rights Protection System comes in. There's a green link on this page. You can get more information about that, but that's not what this video is about. How do you represent yourself pro se? Well, first of all, you have to put in what's called a notice of appearance. It's a document that you can find online for free by basically Googling Washington State court forms or Florida State court forms or whatever state that you're in. All the forms will come in. There'll be a notice in there or a form called notice of appearance, something like that. You want to fill that out. That notifies the court basically you're representing yourself. You give them your name, address, and phone number, email, and all further court notices will go from there. One question that always comes up a lot of times is, will you be treated prejudicially by the opposing side attorney and the court system? The answer is maybe. A lot of attorneys like to get away with that. But people are treated prejudicially not just because they represent themselves. It's because they don't know what they're doing, or they look like a third grader when they write up paperwork. It's got to be typewritten paperwork. It's got to be prepared professionally. I mean, believe me, if you know the rules, not like an attorney, only the specific rules you need to know for your immediate situation that you're going through right now, they will treat you with respect. If not immediately, eventually. So the key is knowledge and looking professional, having your paperwork prepared professionally. The National Brotherhood of Fathers' Rights can help with all of that. We can tell you what to do, what to say, where to go. The only thing we don't do is represent you or advise you. We give you legal information, and we can help you represent yourself. Yeah, will the other attorneys treat you prejudicially? They'll try to. They'll try to get away with it. Believe me, if you know what you're doing, they won't get away with it for long. If you have an attorney, even more importantly, you need knowledge, and you can go what's called co-counsel. So if you're representing yourself and you have an attorney representing you at the same time, it's called co-counsel. So he would put in a notice of appearance, you would put in a notice of appearance, and you would both have to be informed. What's the advantage of that? Well, when you have an attorney, a lot of people don't understand what attorney in fact or power of attorney is. It means that that attorney has power over your situation. He can make decisions even over your express information not to, or express requests not to do something. He can make a decision anyway, and you're legally bound. Let me repeat that. If you have an attorney and he has power of attorney, okay, you can go into his office specifically and tell him not to do something. He can go into the courthouse and behind your back agree to something, and you're legally bound by it. So there's a tremendous advantage in being co-counsel. So you put in a notice of appearance, so does he. That means all information has to be approved by you in advance of any agreement. Otherwise, it's void or voidable by you. Okay, so that's a tremendous advantage. You're involved in every part of the process. It does a couple of things. It not only protects you, you're involved in every part of the process, but you begin to feel empowered, like I covered in some other videos. You've got a situation where if you're an active participant in the case, you read all the letters, you're involved in drafting all the motions, you're filing papers, you begin to understand the process more and more. The court and the various people involved in the case understand that you understand what you're doing, and you become empowered. You become not feeling like a bystander, but an active participant. You see, the disadvantage in hiring an attorney and throwing a bunch of money at them is that they take over your case typically. It's not because they're bad guys or anything else. It's just that that's just the way they do things. So you go into him and say, please help me. Here's $5,000 or $10,000. Take care of my case. They do. They would rather have you be a bystander and inform you after the fact of what they've accomplished for you, which is oftentimes not very much because they don't understand the case like you do, and that's what they like. So if you're an active participant, the odds of you getting what you want go way up just because you're involved, and you're involved in every process, and you can push your rights. You understand it. Okay, so that's the bottom line. Representing yourself in court is not an easy thing, but nothing is easy. This is a difficult process, and I would strongly advise obtaining a copy of the Father's Rights Protection System. On the bottom of this video, you'll see a green caption, and it'll say obtain more information. Go ahead and click on that, and you'll find out that there's a whole nother video presentation covering what's in the book and where to go from there. Also, oftentimes I give a free case analysis when you purchase the book, and if you fill out the questionnaire, I'll go ahead and give you a free case analysis. So go ahead and click on that button, and we'll go from there.